So when it comes to Call of Duty, can you give us a favorite map and how you like to play it?
Favorite map would have to be Afraid Search and Destroy, just because my game, the way I play my playstyle just complements the map so well. You know, it allows me to be aggressive, it allows me to be passive, it allows me to play methodically. Really just any way that I think it's going to help me beat the other team, I can really switch up my playstyle at any given time. And not even just any map, just Search and Destroy in general. I just love the game type. And I just feel like there's so much strategy and thought process, just quick decisions that you need to be making, which just makes it like the ultimate competitive game mode.
What's the favorite weapon you like to play with and why?
Favorite weapon would just, to be honest with you, any of them. You know, just Call of Duty has done such a good job of making it such a playable arcade shooter. It's just, when you get a kill, it's very rewarding. You just feel like you're doing something right. And I think that's why Call of Duty is so addictive. So it's hard to give you a favorite gun just because I've played so many Call of Duties in the past. But, you know, right now, any of them really.
You guys have been in a lot of matches. What one really stands out as one of your favorites?
The match that actually got us into this tournament was probably my favorite of the year. We were back against the wall. Game 5, it was Afraid Search and Destroy actually, and that's why I'm so fond of it. And we were about to be eliminated from the tournament, and then I started off the first 2 rounds 7-0 without dying, and I ended up going 12-4 by the end of it, and we won it. I think that we won 6-2 in Search and Destroy to advance the COD Championships.
How have you seen, since you got involved in esports, it being easier to explain to people what it is you do when the prize money keeps going up and the attention kind of seems to be out there?
To be honest with you, it's still harder than ever to really explain to people what I do. So if anybody asks me, I just tell them like I'm a media producer, because a lot of stuff I do actually has to do with content production, like streaming and YouTube videos. But honestly, having a conversation like we talked about earlier, whenever I tell them that I play video games for a living, I either imagine they think that I'm lying, or they think that I'm somebody who just says he's good at Call of Duty and doesn't do anything with his day. So, you know, I just keep it pretty professional and just say media production.
Now, sport is right in the name of esports. How do you see similarities between what athletes do and what you guys do?
The similarities is really the time and preparation that you need to be the best. You know, there's no basketball player or football player or baseball player that picks up a bat or throws the ball or shoots it and is just the best ever. You know, obviously you have people like LeBron James who are just athletically gifted and they just naturally can play any sport. But it took them years and years and years and years to really perfect their craft. And it's the same for us. You know, I started playing, like I said, competitive shooters, you know, 10 years ago. So it really takes a while to have the mindset and have the ability to play at the highest level. And I think that's really hard for people to understand. So I really think time and preparation is the biggest thing and the biggest similarity that we have.
Now, live streaming has helped grow esports as a whole, but it also has opened up new revenue opportunities. How do you utilize live streaming?
Live streaming is actually probably my biggest revenue stream for me right now. You know, I'm just so grateful that I've had so many supporters that have come to watch my stream every single day. You know, like I told you earlier, in 2012, I made poverty level income, and you know, I was debating on going back to school and getting my job back. But in 2013, when Black Ops 2 came out, it all just exploded for me. You know, people were coming to my live streams every single day. They were, you know, subscribing to my channel, you know, just paying to watch. So, you know, I'm just extremely grateful for the situation I've been put in and the people that do support me day in and day out, because it's changed my life.
When it comes to the trajectory of esports, where do you see things 5 years from now?
You know, it's really tough to say just because we've had such exponential growth. So I do feel like we're in a bubble right now. It's just, how long can we sustain this growth? I feel like we're growing very quickly, and there's never been a situation like this before, so we can't even predict where it's going to be in a couple days or a couple years. You know, it's just too tough to predict.
Because live streaming is such a huge part of esports, is television something you guys even need?
In all honesty, I've heard a lot of you know, companies saying that we need to shift focus on mainstream television, but I feel like internet is the best form of place, or the best platform for esports to really thrive, just because that's really the demographic of people that are using the internet when they watch the esports is probably like 13 to 30-year-olds, I would imagine, somewhere along the lines of that. And you know, I don't even watch TV throughout the day. I mean, I'll turn on SportsCenter at night, but you know, the internet is where I go for all of my media. So I don't think we need television. I think a lot of people might want to see it go that way, so it kind of legitimizes what we do. But we don't need television right now. But again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a competitor, but that's my opinion.